Question and answer solution of previous year subject Mechanical Engineering. Paper code PEME 701. A. Automobile Engineering. 1. A. What is carburation? Explain the working principle of simple carburetor. B. With suitable sketch, explain the MPFI system. C. What are the main objects of fuel pump and fuel injector for diesel engine? Answer. A. Carburation and simple carburetor. Carburation is the process of mixing the correct proportion of petrol and air for combustion. A simple carburetor works on Bernoulli's principle. Air enters through the venturi, where its speed increases and pressure drops. This low pressure sucks fuel from the float chamber through the jet, forming an atomized mixture. The throttle controls engine speed, and the choke provides a rich mixture during cold start. B. MPFI system. In an MPFI system, each cylinder has its own fuel injector. Sensors send data to the ECU, which calculates the exact fuel needed. The electric fuel pump supplies pressurized fuel to the fuel rail. Injectors spray fine fuel directly at the intake port, leading to better atomization, higher power, lower emissions, and improved fuel economy. C. Fuel pump and injector in diesel engine. The fuel pump sends diesel at very high pressure and meters the correct amount at the right time. The injector converts this high-pressure fuel into a fine spray for proper atomization and uniform combustion. Together, they ensure efficient and complete fuel burning in a diesel engine. 2. A. With neat sketch, explain the principle and construction of alternator. B. Explain the working principle of maintenance-free battery. What are the advantages of maintenance-free batteries? Answer. A. Alternator principle and construction. An alternator works on electromagnetic induction. When the rotor's magnetic field cuts the stationary stator windings, AC voltage is produced. The rotor is a claw-pole electromagnet supplied with DC through slip rings. The stator contains three-phase windings where EMF is generated. A diode rectifier converts AC to DC, and the voltage regulator maintains constant output. A cooling fan prevents overheating, and a pulley drives the alternator from the engine belt. B. Maintenance-free battery, working and advantages. A maintenance-free battery is a sealed lead-acid battery that needs no water topping. It uses AGM or gel to hold the electrolyte, and gases formed during charging recombine internally, preventing water loss. Lead-calcium plates reduce gassing and self-discharge. It is leak-proof, delivers higher starting power, has longer life, better vibration resistance, lower maintenance, and ensures safer, reliable operation. 3. A. Describe the merits and demerits of two-stroke engines compared to four-stroke engines. B. Discuss in detail the relative merits of Ackermann steering mechanism and Davis steering mechanism. Which one is used in automobile and why? Answer. A. Two-stroke versus four-stroke engines. Two-stroke engines give almost double power because every revolution produces a power stroke. They are simple, light, compact, low cost, and provide smoother torque. However, they have poor fuel efficiency, high emissions, overheating issues, more wear, higher fuel consumption, and shorter life, making them unsuitable for heavy-duty vehicles. B. Ackermann versus Davis steering mechanisms. The Ackermann steering mechanism uses pin-jointed links and ensures the inner wheel turns more than the outer wheel for smooth cornering. It is simple, strong, has low friction, less wear, and works well at high speeds. The Davis mechanism uses sliding pairs, giving accurate steering but producing high friction, more wear, and requiring more steering effort. Therefore, automobiles use the Ackermann steering mechanism because it is reliable, low maintenance, economical, and better suited for high-speed vehicles. 4. A. With neat sketch explain the starting system of an automobile. B. What are the requirements of starter motor of an automobile? C. What are the different types of starter motor used in automobile? Answer. A. Starting system of an automobile. The starting system cranks the engine so combustion can begin. When the driver turns the key or presses the start button, current flows from the battery to the solenoid. The solenoid pushes the pinion gear into the flywheel and powers the starter motor. The starter motor rotates at high speed, turning the flywheel and cranking the engine. Once the engine starts, the overrunning clutch disengages the pinion automatically. B. Requirements of a starter motor. A starter motor must deliver very high torque, operate at low speed with high current, be compact, reliable, and withstand heat and vibration. It must also accelerate the engine quickly and disengage automatically once the engine starts. C. Types of starter motors. Automobiles use different starter motors such as direct drive starters, gear reduction starters, permanent magnet starters, coaxial starters, and older inertia-type Bendix starters. Gear reduction and permanent magnet types are commonly used in modern vehicles. 5. A. With neat sketch, explain the working principle of hydraulic power steering. B. The track arm of a Davis steering gear is at a distance of 192 mm from the front main axle, whereas the difference between their lengths is 96 mm. If the distance between steering pivots of the main axle is 1.4 meters, determine the length of the chassis between the front and rear wheels. Also, find the inclination of the track arms to the longitudinal axis of the vehicle. Answer. A. Hydraulic power steering, working principle. Hydraulic power steering helps the driver turn the wheels with less effort. It uses pressurized oil to assist the steering linkage. When the driver turns the steering wheel, the motion is transmitted through the steering column to a control valve. This valve directs high-pressure oil from the pump to one side of the power cylinder. The oil pushes the piston inside the cylinder, which moves the steering linkage and turns the wheels. In straight-ahead running, the valve stays in the neutral position. Pressure is equal on both sides of the cylinder, and there is no steering assist. When turning right or left, the valve shifts. Oil flows to one side, and hydraulic force helps the driver turn the wheels with much less effort. B. Davis steering gear, numerical result. In the given Davis steering gear, the distance of the track arm from the front axle is 192 mm. The difference between their lengths is 96 mm, and the distance between the front pivots is 1.4 meters. From the geometry, the inclination of the track arms to the longitudinal axis is about 14 degrees, and the length of the chassis, or wheelbase between front and rear wheels, works out to 2.8 meters.